everybody, Jamie here from Start Riot. Welcome back to another episode of Thank Punk. It's Friday. Do you get it? Because it's Friday. Before we get to the music news for the week, just like to thank everyone for putting their questions in last week's comments for the 1,000 subscriber Q&A. There's still time to get your questions in down below, so please do so. That video will be coming out sometime the next week, provided I hit 1,000 subscribers. You know, fingers crossed. This week, Architects are back with a huge new track, Doomsday. Now, this is their first new material since last year's album, All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us, but more importantly, it's the first new material since the tragic passing of guitarist and songwriter Tom Searle, also the twin brother of drummer Dan Searle. Dan has since stated on Twitter that Doomsday is actually a song that Tom started writing, and he said that finishing it was a huge responsibility for the band. He also went on to say that this song hasn't necessarily been written for a future album. There are no plans in place at the minute. It's just a sign to the fans that there is a future for the band. I'm going to be honest, I've never actually been massively into Architects. I never listened to them that much, and the stuff that I have heard hasn't resonated with me that much. But this song is actually great. It seems way more melodic than the stuff from All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. Vocalist Sam Carter does a lot of singing in this song, as well as his trademark scream. Also comes off the back of his guest spot on Neck Deep's new album, The Peace and the Panic. Let me know in the comments, do Architects have any older material which is similar to this stuff, kind of the more melodic stuff? If so, I could probably get into it. The band have also announced a huge European tour for early next year in January and February, culminating with a date at London's Alexandra Palace, Ali Pally. While She Sleeps have also been confirmed to support on that tour, and counterparts have been added to the London date as well. In a bit of a stark contrast to that song, Foo Fighters released a new song called The Line. It's another song from their 9th album, Concrete and Gold, out next week, the 15th of September. This is a more reserved song for Foo Fighters, especially compared to the lead single Run, which went pretty hard. Personally, I'm not really a fan of these kind of middle-of-the-road songs that Foo Fighters do. Much prefer it when they go a lot heavier, like in Best of You or All My Life, or when they go super soft, like in songs like Tired of You or Walking After You or even Everlong, or when they go super poppy like Big Me, Monkey Wrench, or Learn to Fly. I know times like these was a huge hit for Foo Fighters, but didn't really do anything for me personally, and this song does kind of remind me of that. I am looking forward to hearing this album though, probably more than any Foo Fighters album in recent times. There are some great albums out today. First up, Canadian dream pop outfit Alvvays released their second album, Anti-Socialites. I've had the lead single In Undertow on a loop since it came out. Such a great song. And the other singles, Dreams Tonight and Lollipop, have been great as well. Gonna be spending a lot of time with this album before the year is out. Really looking forward to sitting down with it properly. The National have released their first album in 4 years, Sleep Well Beast. Follows on from 2013's Trouble Will Find Me. Singles so far have been strong. They don't deviate too much from the National's kind of sad man drawling over expansive epic music formula. And I look forward to more of the same on this album, because it definitely has worked for them so far. Their world tour rolls into the UK in 2 weeks as well, which I'm pretty excited about. And Death From Above's third album, Outrage, is out today. It's the Canadian indie punk two-piece's second album since their reunion. They released a song earlier this week called Holy Books, which rips so hard. Royal Blood would kill people to get their hands on this song. It is incredible. Another album that I'm really looking forward to getting into. A great week for albums this week. In more singles news, The World Is a Beautiful Place and I Am No Longer Afraid to Die have released a new single called Marine Tigers. It's from their upcoming third album, Always Foreign, out the end of this month, September the 29th on Epitaph Records. Songs from this album so far seem way less post-rock and kind of more structured and melodic than their previous efforts, which lends itself to really great songs. It's no secret The World Is are a great band and incredibly talented, but I feel like a lot of the good ideas got kind of lost in all the expansiveness and the space that they were trying to create on the previous albums. Seems like this album has got much more of a message about xenophobia and racism, and this song is very much in that theme. Apparently the name of the track, Marine Tigers, is the name of the boat that David's father came over from Puerto Puerto Rico to America on. If you haven't heard this band before, they're fans of bands like Manchester Orchestra or Foxing. Speaking of Manchester Orchestra, they've released a video for The Grocery from their 5th album, A Black Mile to the Surface, which is out now. Fantastic album, much more subdued than their previous material, but as we saw on Science Fiction, quieter does not necessarily mean worse. Sometimes it can be much better. St. Vincent has announced her 5th album, Masseduction, will be coming out October the 13th. This comes after the fantastic video for New York last week. She's also released a new single called Los Ageless. 2 extremely different songs, possibly representing the 2 contrasting cities, East and West Coast. Yeah, I know the song's called Los Ageless, but we all know what she's playing out there. This is a bombastic pop song, kind of reminds me a little bit of something that Lady Gaga would do, but also very much falls in line with previous St. Vincent songs like Digital Witness or Cruel. As I mentioned last week, this album is produced by Jack Antonoff, who's previously worked with people like Lorde and Taylor Swift, so much more of a pop direction for St. Vincent. Really interested in this album as well. It was quite cool how she announced it with this kind of fake press conference on Facebook Live. The art direction's been very strong, very pop art, very Andy Warhol. It's a really cool press campaign, which I've not really seen that much this year. Counterparts released a new song, Swim Beneath My Skin. Another track from their upcoming 6th album, You're Not You Anymore, out in 2 weeks, September the 22nd. This is probably the most post-hardcore of all the songs they've released so far. Brutus have released a video for their song Horde 2. It's from their debut album Burst, which came out earlier this year and is out now on Hassle Records. I recently saw these guys play at Arctangent and they really impressed me. Incredible band. They're coming back to the UK later this year with Guillotine supporting them. The Sour Taste have premiered their new song Am I Dead on the Bitchin' Brew podcast today. From their EP Heart Sinker, which is out next week on Speaking Tongues. Really great EP. I've been listening to this band a lot recently. They really remind me of the Brighton band Bird Skulls, and this song in particular kind of reminds me of first EP Creeper if they didn't sound so relentlessly like Alkaline Trio. Really cool band, really into these. Check them out. Such Gold have released their EP Deep in a Hole today on Bird Attack Records. This is really hard-hitting pop punk for fans of bands like The Wonder Years or Pup. Daisy had released a video for a new track, Cute Little Finger. It's from a 2-track EP, Purple and Blue, out next week on No Sleep Records. The band have also announced that they'll be doing a UK tour in November with Sibling, also heading to Europe on that run. Heavy Hearts have released a new song, Easy Mark. It's from their EP On a Chain, out 27th of October on Failure by Design and New Damage Records. This is for fans of bands like Balance and Composure or New Hundred. I'm big into it, check it out. And the Manchester band Flood Manual have released a new song, Empathy, from their upcoming EP How to Be Happy, out on the 5th of November. I really like this band. They kind of sound like Britpop if you put it through an emo filter. Right up my street. And that's all for this week, guys. Thank you for checking out the video as always. If you're not already, then why not subscribe to the channel for all this every week and live videos and interviews from some of your favorite bands. Leave a comment below if you do have any questions for the Q&A video. Also, tell me your favorite release of this week. Are you going to be checking out any of those albums, The National Always or Death from Above this week? Or are you just going to be jamming Science Fiction on repeat like me? Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. But for now, thank Punk, it's Friday!